Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 40 of the Muscle News and Merlin Bodybuilding Podcast. I am, of course, here with my partner in crime all the way from Malta. Kevin, how you doing?
All right. I'm okay
All right.
today.
And I am so excited, guys, because we have a very special guest on the show today. He is a good friend. I mean, man, he's been a friend of mine now for over 10 years. I met James Preston Rogers back through my friend Dave Borlay introduced me to him back when I was training at Gold's Gym. James is an actor, which we're going to go very much into. But back then he was getting ready for roles where he had to get bigger and he wanted to be massive. I think it was for a movie that he did on wrestling. That was a wrestling movie, right, James? And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was the first one. But anyway, you already were an actor, established. But it introduced me to James, and James, I helped James, with his training and his diet and everything. We trained together on film. We did a lot of filming for Be Built by Broser on the Jay Cutler channel, and then we just became like really, really close friends and brothers. I love this guy. So everybody, please welcome my good friend, actor, amazing human being, James Preston Rogers.
Hey, Eric, thanks for having me, man. And how can we not become friends? Your age is across the board, brother. And it was a click right away, man. Super cool. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, of course, it's a total pleasure. So, I mean, oh God, where do I even start with this dude? I mean, man, James. I mean, like you've been in the acting game for a long time, and obviously, also your physique has also been part of it because a lot of the roles that you've played in the past had to do with being a big guy and being in shape and playing a lot of. For people who don't know James, he's a very intimidating man. He's like 6 foot, what, 6'7", something like
Yes, yeah,
that.
around that. Yeah, around that
I hate
ballpark.
taking I hate taking pictures with him because it makes me feel small because he just towers over me. But the funny thing is that as intimidating as he is, he's like one of the nicest people you could ever meet, like gentle soul. Although in his recent film, which we're going to talk a lot about, Psycho Killer, he's not so gentle. Um, James has even helped me get into the movies a little bit, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But anyway, so James, just give people a little bit of background to start you know, on yourself, where you come from, and how you got into acting, and how you got to Gold's Gym, and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I was born in Canada. That's how I know Dave from mutual friends in Canada. And I was coming to LA to chase the dream. I've been acting in Canada for about 10 years already. 10 years. I kind of reached the ceiling. I was the guy, like, Tom Selleck comes into town to shoot his film, so I'm playing opposite Tom Selleck, or Jim Caviezel, Laurent Perlman. I'm always the guy, right? So I kind of hit the roof there. I needed to come down to LA and do it for real. So I came down here, and Dave, I met Dave, and he took me to Gold's Gym, introduced me around, and me and you clicked right away. And I think I just done the Mask Saint already. I was getting ready, I think, for Frontier or
Oh
something else,
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, yeah.
with Jason Momoa. So I was
Jason
doing
Momoa,
something
yeah,
I
that
wanted
was
to.
a great show too, man. That was so
Yeah,
good, and
that
you
was
were
perfect.
amazing in that.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So I need to put some weight on, and I'll train you, no problem. And you're great. You took care of me, you trained me, you wrote me diets, and you think you know your body. I'm like, I know my body. I'm like, all these carbs, all this rice, I'm going to get fat. There's no way. He's like, trust me, just do it. I said, all right, I'll show you. So I bought into the system. I just started eating this food, and I put on like 20 pounds. And it seems like days, man. Like your body's hungry, man. You're not eating enough, and I'm like. And that became, I think it's harder to eat more food than it is to not eat food. Like, I don't think people understand the first time you do a bodybuilder's diet, you're eating every 2 hours, this copious amounts of food. It was like a Thanksgiving dinner every 2 hours. And if you take time eating that first meal, oh my gosh, I ate this in an hour and a half. And the next
Didn't you
one takes
used to
longer.
blend them like crazy meals together?
Oh,
Put them in the
yeah, I
blender.
just boil my chicken breast, blend it in there, just drink it, like just
I
get it in.
remember
I got
just to get the
videos.
calories in, man.
Just got to get it in, man. Because sometimes like chew and cook. I said, you know what? Cook it, blend it, and get it in you. So I was doing that for a while, and yeah, you put some really fast quality weight on me, man. So you really knew what you're doing. And I think Dave at the time came up with the name Merlin for you because you're just a magician. It's like, dude, like, how are you like taking Dave on the stage and just blowing people away? And I just put 20 pounds on, like, seemed like 4 days or something. It was like incredible.
Yeah, I knew you. I knew your body needed it, bro. You
Yeah,
need
it was,
that
it
with
was,
your brain.
it was, great. And like your tempo, you're training your tempos. You're like, you're descending for 4 seconds, holding for a pause of 2, and everything was different. And you're painted a beautiful picture, and it wasn't the same, just cut and carb. Like you would look at me and say, "Oh, you need this more and this tension." Like how you knew the human anatomy and body so well on cadence. I'd call them cadences
You
that
could
you.
always say cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was amazing because I come from you reps at 10 or 5, heavy, 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 or light reps, 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 and then you're like the first person that showed me how to handle the weight and how to like use the muscle and tension, time under tension, and that. So I really responded quickly with your training, and I still implement your principles today. Which as I'm an older man now, I can use those principles a little more effectively than I would have if I didn't have those principles. So I was still hanging and banging like I used to, man. I don't know if I'd still be capable like I am. Yeah, so you got me ready for I think it was Frontier. I'm pretty sure it was Frontier. And then to get into the story about the acting, because you always say, "Hey man, if you ever get an acting role, let me in." I'm thinking, yeah, because it's like, I mean, I audition, and we all audition, we all have agents, and it's like a race. Like it takes time, and people that are really not familiar with the business are like, "Hey man, can you give me a role?" I'm like,
Well, I
"Yeah,
just wanted to get even an extra, just the one of your movie,
no,
not even like
sure,
trying to be you. I mean,
totally, no, totally." But it's like not in it's not in my wheelhouse. Like I have people looking for me, but I'm like, okay, and God willing, he gave me an opportunity. So I think I just did. How I just did Frontier. I finished Frontier, and then Joe, the writer of
Joe
the
Bland,
writer,
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
he got hold of me with the script, and he's like, "Hey, will you be interested in doing this? I want you to play this character." So I'm like, "Oh, great!" So I read it. I was like, "Cool," because at the time I was SAG eligible, which means the union. So I'm allowed to get into SAG. I have enough credits to get into the SAG, but I just got to pay my dues. But if I pay my dues, then I'm in SAG. I can't do any non-union work. I've never really done non-union work, but I didn't want to shut the door on that. And Joe's project was a non-union job, so I'm like, "Oh, this is perfect." So I'm SAG eligible, but I can do this job. So I got the script, read the script. I'm like, So the character that I'm reading for, I just finished doing this thing with Jason Momoa. So I'm kind of like a big bad guy in Hollywood. I'm trying to get to like the level of like Gurr, and he has me. The character that I read for basically is on a planet. The female comes down and she just snuffs me really quick, and I was like, I said, "I like the role." I said, "But I can't be snuffed that quick." He's like, "But I need her to be strong." I said, "I totally get it. So why don't I'll tell you what? How about she has like two henchmen, and I'll be fighting these two henchmen and keeping me strong, and then she kind of comes around and kind of clips me when I'm not really paying attention, so it keeps her strong." So okay, got it. I said, "Great, I got the guy." So I call Eric. Eric, got a movie job for you. He said, "Hey, great, cool. What is it?" I gotta go wardrobe and this, that, and the third. I was, okay, great. And then I booked Mayan as the Swole Boys president. The guys on the crotch rockets, I was the president, the long hair. So they
Yeah.
called me and like, "You booked the role." I said, "Great." They're like, "But you're SAG eligible." I said, "Yeah." Like, "We need you in the union for this." I'm like, I said, "Really?" They're like, "Yeah, or you can't do that." Okay, so I paid my union dues. Now I'm in SAG, and I'm in the union. So now I can't do Joe's film. So I had to call Eric. Eric, can't do the film, but you're in, right? And he's like, "Yeah, man, went for wardrobe and that." And I'm like, great. So you got the role because I'm like, I can't have these get beat up by one person. I gotta have these two dudes. I gotta be scrapping, keeping this guy. I gotta be strong. I gotta be strong. So that's how I ended up finding the role for you to be in the film.
Yes, so yes, James is the little part that I had in the movie Colonials, which was a low budget film that Joe Bland put together and took years to get out. I filmed my part, and it was a blast. I had the greatest time. And I was so thankful to you for helping me get to be, a part of that. And even if I never did another thing again, it was just another thing on my bucket list to do, which was great.
Yeah.
But I loved it so much. I was like always trying to, and I got killed in the movie. I got an axe thrown into my chest, and so I was dead.
Which
But
mom
I
loves
have
to see,
recently,
right? I'm sure mom loved to saw that scene,
yeah, I
right?
loved it. But recently, I guess because you can't really kill me that easily in real life, they couldn't kill me that easily in the film either. So
There you
part
go.
two is filming later this year, and it's going to be way more you know, have a lot more professional people involved. It's going to be like a real cinematic movie, and I'm going to have a much bigger role in it, and you know, speaking role and all kinds of stuff. And I have to thank James for that because, you
Good.
know, so I
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't wait. So they just told me, James has just said to me, Eric, get as big as you can. So they want me to be big and menacing.
Oh,
So
good, dude. That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
Like,
anyway, to be as big as menacing as I can. But anyway, enough about me. Thank you, James, for that. So obviously you did Frontiers, but you know, you recently have been getting into some bigger stuff now. We got to talk about you were in the Eddie Murphy film, the Beverly Hills Cop, the newest
yeah,
one, all kinds of stuff,
yeah,
right?
You were in the
yeah.
new
That,
one? The new
He was
one?
in
yeah,
the new, yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you
Wow.
know, and that's how I kind of found. My Lord. Kind of found Jesus on this one. I'll tell you how that happened. I was watching. Can't remember the guy's name. The guy that does Family Feud. I can never remember his name. The black guy that
Richard
does Family.
Dawson or the new guy?
The new
Richard
guy.
Dawson or the new guy?
But
Oh
Richard
my,
Eddie. I can never remember his name.
I
oh,
watched like 10 of his clips today. Steve.
Steve
Steve
Harvey.
Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve
Steve
Harvey.
Harvey. So check this out. So I just did Weird Al Yankovic's. I played Hulk Hogan and Weird Al Yankovic, which was crazy. I mean, pinch me. Am I dreaming? My childhood hero. I had a Hulk Hogan action figure, and here's me playing Hulk Hogan. I was the first person ever to play Hulk Hogan, other than Hulk Hogan, which was fantastic. But
That's amazing.
yeah, so I auditioned for The Rock's. The Rock has a TV series where they're looking for Hulk Hogan called The Young Rock, I think. So I auditioned for Hulk Hogan, and I auditioned for Eddie Murphy's Beverly Hills Cop. But after I auditioned, I saw something online. It was like a mass casting call, like it was on the internet. It was like, okay, well, I didn't get that. So I was watching. What's the guy's name again?
Richard Dawson. Which
Steve
one are you
Harvey.
talking about?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
I'm watching the Steve Harvey clips, and he says to me, he says in the clip, he goes, I was living in my car, I was on the side of the road, and I said, God, if you can get me out of my car, I'm going to tell everybody it was you. And then,
You are.
yeah, there it is.
There
Yeah, so
is.
yeah. So Kevin Bacon and my buddy Joseph over there, which is great because I'm going to lead into my buddy Joseph right now. So the clips like, if God, if you can help me make it, I'm going to tell everybody it was you. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay, listen, God, I know you're around, and I've really seen you much of you, but I tell you what, if you get me something, I'll tell everybody it was you. Dude, next day, my agent calls me, and he's like, yeah, you booked the job. I'm like, which one? He's like, Beverly Hills Cop. I was like, what? Beverly Hills Cop? I go, didn't I book the Hulk Hogan one? I just played Hulk. No, Beverly Hills Cop. I was like, nice. I said, all right, cool. I
You
could use
got me.
it's great. That's the big one. Thank you for that. Awesome. Well, because at the time I'm having questions about, we have questions like what's all the questions that people have, right?
All of
So,
us do. Everybody does.
I'm trying to thumb my way through it, and anyway, so I'm like, okay, great. But at least I know you're real because you're sending me down here. So I get down there, and I meet the other guy in the picture, Joseph. He's in his trailer. He calls me or texts me. He goes, hey, do you want to run some lines before we go to set? I say, great. So I go into his trailer, and I'm thinking, oh, great, this is going to be a great payday. That's why I got it, because it's Beverly Hills Cop. It's huge. So I get into his trailer, and I'm sitting down to read the lines. I look over, and it looks like a Bible, but it's like really old, dude. And it's got like etched out like Hebrew on it. I said one question. I go, is that the Bible? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, let me ask you this. If God created everything, why do we pray to his son? That's easy because, Jesus is the go-between between, the Father and the humanity. And then he starts, I'm like, okay. I had all these questions. I'm like, okay. Well, and I had another question. And he's like, and he grabs the Bible, he references it. He goes like, page whatever, goes, read that. I'm like, okay, well then what about this? And all the questions I had, this dude, Joseph, knew the Bible so well, he could open it, and I read everything. I'm like, it's almost like they knew I was going to ask this question. I'm like, so I came here not to make the paycheck. I came here to meet Joseph. And
I was just going to say that. I was going to say that he led you
he
to
took
this
me to
movie
Grace
to meet
Church, and I started
Joseph
meeting
and then
pastors. Yeah, and he took me to Grace Community Church, which is one of the biggest churches here. John MacArthur, huge pastor. I've been the pastor for like 55 years. He just recently passed away. So I started going to the church. I grabbed the Bible. I started reading. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I just feel just a different, like a weight. Like I have a purpose. I have a friend. Like I don't feel alone anymore. It's just like, You know, the smartest scholars, the smartest people in the world have tried to like prove it wrong, and not once has anything not come to fruition. It's not like, well, that was close. Like it's a perfect book. It was written by like how many different authors and how many different languages over how many thousands of years. Like I'm a writer. There's no way I could write a script with somebody in another room. Never mind in different languages that it all come together. So it was like, wow. So then I get Psycho Killer, which is like a satanic slasher. So I'm like,
You're not sure about that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass. I said I can't do that. I'm a firm believer in the word. And like I'm not gonna promote Satanism. So then I used to walk my dog. I had a little dog. I had a pocket at the time. I had a pocket bully. Every day I'd take him for a walk. I listened to John MacArthur's sermons, and out of the blue, man, I was just, whatever the random one was. I put up YouTube, whatever it was. I pushed it. Let him decide what I was going to listen to. It was like Know Thy Enemy, and I was like, wow. So I started listening to start talking about the devil and don't let the devil sneak up on you. If you know him, he can't play tricks on you and stuff like this. It was like in details like scripture. He quotes scripture all the time. It's like, wow, that was powerful. Next day, I go for my dog for a walk, and it's like a checklist to know if something is sinful or not. So a lot of people think certain clothes are sinful, certain music is sinful. But he goes, I made a checklist of 10 points. He's like, if it brings you closer to Christ, it helps. If it helps your family, it has a checklist of 10 things. And I went through the checklist, and all 10, I'm like, this is a gift. Because I said, if I did this role, I'm going to take my Bible to sit and I have to read because it's very demonic, satanic, and 666s and all this on me. I'm like, you guys got to wash this stuff off every day. And they're like, I said, there's going to be an extra hour in the chair. I said, I don't care. You got to take out these pentagrams. I'm not taking this home with you. So, makeup was pissed because I was more time for them at the end of a long day. But and I just read my scripture. And so once I knew it was a present from Father, it was good to go. But I definitely was going to turn it down the first 2 or 3 days until every time I walked my dog, it was another lesson from John MacArthur. I'm like, man, I go, like, there's this stuff that you just can't, like, there's no way I go down out of 10,000 people that auditioned for Beverly Hills Cop, and I meet the guy who was saved at 17. Dude, this guy's story is crazy, man. He went over to like Bosnia, bro. Like he snuck into Bosnia through Greece. Didn't even speak. Oh, it was Albania? Albania or Bosnia? Man, I'm sorry I messed up the story, but he snuck in the back door. He didn't speak the language. He learned the language. He sold Bibles. Like, dude, he went through 2 wars. Like the story. I'm like, why are you preaching Jesus to people that you don't know? He's like, because I have to. It's my calling. Like he left his family. And this guy, he's the Arnold Schwarzenegger's body double. Like to see this guy, like God sent the guy looks like me, eating meals like me with the Bible, because I've seen little old men before with it, but I couldn't. I'm not like you, bro. I don't get you. But this guy showed up out of like 10,000 people auditioned. He auditioned in Florida. I auditioned in Toronto because I was up there visiting at the time. We both get to set, shows the Bible to me, goes through all that. Like I'm just like, wow. And now I'm just like, I can't get enough. Now I'm just like, I'm a totally different person for it. Now I'm a dad. I got kids. It's just like, it just feels much better than it used to, man. When I thought I was alone and struggling and pain and stuff. Now it's just, I don't know. It's people, and I used to think, people believed in the Bible because you're scared to die. You go to a better place when you die. I go, you're just afraid to die, and you just make an excuse, so, but I believe all that now. Like the book is just so perfect. It's written so perfect. And so many people have tried to, deduce and dethrone it. But for me, I mean, that was for me. And then everything after that has just been a blessing. My boys are healthy. I'm happy. I don't know. It's just I'm just a different person. I like who I am now. So it's good for me.
Fantastic.
Wow. I mean, James, man, I mean, you've always been, I mean, to me, I mean, you've always been like a brother. You've just been a great person. So now to see like this light on you now is like really, really nice to see.
Oh, dude, thanks.
I could see it in your eyes. I could see it in your smile. I could see that, because the whole acting thing, and especially, this, the Hollywood scene is not always the nicest place.
No.
It's a little bit dark.
Yeah. I started learning that more recently, like when I started seeing all these posts and how demonic things are, and stuff that just doesn't make sense. I'm like, wait a sec, I've been acting for 20 years. I've been, 6'6", 260 pounds, shredded. How come I don't have my own TV series and my own show? And I can do accents. I do my own stunts.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't I made it, and these people that kind of just start are like $50 million. I'm like, and then you start hearing about these stories. They're like, I don't know anything's real. I don't know no one's ever approached me with nothing. I don't know anything about this stuff. And then all the stuff that you're hearing about online with, I really don't know, man. I've always put in good work, and I enjoyed the craft. I enjoyed acting. I didn't do it to be famous. My first scene I did that was on TV was with Tom Selleck in Sea Change, and it was shown on the Regis and Kelly show. I was watching with my dad this morning show. We're watching it. My dad's like, "Hey, there's your buddy Tom Selleck," and Tom Selleck was my mom's favorite actor, and she had just passed away. And then Tom's this clip. He's like, it's actually on YouTube. Tom's like, "Hey, James, and so and so, so and so," and you go, "Hey, James, you owe me," or whatever. Like we were buddies. My dad looks at me like just a changing of the guard. My dad looking at his son was like, "That was Tom Selleck talking about you," and like, and the scene was good because I'm like, Tom Selleck. Nobody has more TV hours than Tom Selleck, and I was like, stride with him. I'm like, man, I can actually do this. I found something I can do. I played basketball in college, but I had to practice really, 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 really hard. And I was never the best guy. I made some all-star teams. I was good, but I was never the best. Like this acting thing, I just kind of did it. And I was like, man, that looks really wow. So I was like 30 when I discovered that, man, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life. And I just couldn't get enough. I started taking classes and courses and reading books and just practicing with my own writing stuff, doing stuff, memorizing, and I just kind of loved it, man. It wasn't even work for me anymore. So now I audition, I get a job. I'm like, yay.
Well, dude, that's amazing. I mean, Kevin and I have talked about it because, when we were getting you on the show, him and I are both big horror film fans. I love horror. I love the genre of horror, and I know Kevin does too.
Yeah.
So putting aside the fact that, there was some conflict with you for a little bit doing this role, are you a fan of the horror genre yourself, or is it just kind of like not really your thing? Or, I mean, it's interesting.
What I love about the horror genre is the fans, man. Like they care that you put in that work and you gave those early mornings and you gave them something. Like they're just so thankful for what you created. I was at the red carpet, man. Hundreds a lot.
It's a new character. That's the thing. You're used to Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers. What's his name? The clown that there is now.
Terrifier.
Terrifier. It's all going down. Now you see a new character. It's like it's something new. Like this could be a cult figure in the next 5 years, 10, 15. And people keep talking about. They might make more. You never know. To be the character, to be the person. It's cool.
It's so funny because like I was reading for other things. Like I read for Kratos in God of War recently, and I'm always reading for good stuff. I got a great team. I'm always in the running for really good things. I keep forgetting. I'm like, dude, you're Psycho Killer. Like you might have a movie franchise. Like I keep forgetting. Like, even Kratos is in God of War, and Jason is in Friday the 13th, and Michael Myers, he's in Halloween, but Psycho Killer is in Psycho Killer. I'm like, dude, like snap out of it, like, but it's so funny. The human mind is always looking for something that, you don't know what you have until it's maybe gone or not. But this is a great character, and I got to be in shape for it, a couple of shirtless scenes, and I was happy I was in shape because most big guys are just, all covered up and they're just a hammer. But this character, he gets to articulate and he speaks and he has a thought, he's thinking about where he's going and what he's doing. Yeah, there you go. And which is funny. This was like the last days of shoot. So I actually maintained some muscle mass during, 18-hour days, very, very minimal time to go to the gym. The sleep patterns were a mess. I'm up in Winnipeg, and the stress of doing a show. So I maintained it. I was really jacked when I got there, but you do your best to maintain. You do the tricks you can. And,
well, James, I'll give you your offer right now. I said, if you make another Psycho Killer, bring me with you to the set, and I will keep you and your muscle mass in shape the whole time. Now you're going to be big enough. You go, I got to have my trainer.
Yeah, no, I like that. I could definitely pitch that. But we're just going to be hanging out because my team, my manager and agent both wanted to come visit me, and I said you can't. I mean, the time they picked me up and they put me in the chair, put all the tattoos on. There was a wig they'd put on, makeup mask, get there, shoot everything for the day, stop, take everything off, get me back to my hotel. I only had like 6 hours until they picked me up again. My manager's like, we're going to come up and hang out. I'm like, dude, there's nothing. I can't. I mean, like, I'm exhausted. Like, I got to the last few weeks, bro. I wasn't even enjoying it. And I'll tell a story for you. Like, transport, they were you have different drivers driving you. So this one transport lady, she hadn't driven me yet. And it's like maybe near the end of the shoot. It was maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. I've been working like, freezing cold, super long, 18-hour days. And I'm doing they've got 2 camera setups. I'm going for one camera because they're shooting it so fast. I'm doing so much in a day. It's really tiring. And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to do this anymore. This is not what I expected at this level. I've always been the day player. I go in, like, do the star for the day, and I go home. That was great, but I was the star. So every day player came in. It didn't let up. And like this one lady was driving me back to my hotel. And she's like, "Oh, James, I couldn't wait to drive you. How do you like in Winnipeg?" I had this moment where everything is kind of froze, and I'm like, "This is the moment where either you snap and you let it all out, and that lady tells everybody that you're terrible. So
Yeah.
suck it up. One last conversation, man." And it's great, man. It's really cool this time of year, and I pulled it together. But man, I got to my apartment, I like broke down and cried. I was like, I'm so over this, man. I still like go back in the next 5 hours. It was
Yeah, that was
so,
like an extra scene you had to play there.
yeah, totally. You think you're done on the ride home, and that's why on movies that you always see the actors get their own shuttle car, because when you get in the car, you just want to be away.
Zone out. Yeah.
You can't go to the bathroom by yourself because someone's falling. Make sure they don't lose time. Like, you always have somebody with you. It's like a cult. You just like can't get away from anybody. Someone's always putting makeup on you or pulling your hair. It's like,
Yeah.
it's fucking, it's really tries you in a different way. Like, you're on the computer all day. Man, I'm tired. But if you go work out or you dig a ditch all day, man, I'm tired. 2 different tires. This tested me in a different way that I've never been tested before. And it was extremely trying near the end of it. And then you're like, I didn't know when I couldn't work out. There's no workout. There's no, like, I think you pass you back up and they're on your door. It's like, go away. Like, it was like, by the last week, I'm like, yeah, leave me alone. This is incredible. Like, even I have a clip when I was in Frontier. Is the last day I'm in my trailer, and I have on these pants that made of like legit cow leather, like no padding inside, and they're just chafing me for weeks. And I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm like, oh man, I know I'm gonna look back and regret, but I'm done with this. I'm done with these pants. I should send you guys the clip. I'm like, I'm done with this, man. It's so taxing in a different way that you're just not used to, man. So I have a huge appreciation, and now I understand why if someone's like, oh, that guy's or she said this, or she's
This
such
one,
a
okay, I found it.
man. These days, dude, they test you in a way you have no like preparation for the way this tests you. There's nothing. You've never had anybody follow you around for 18 hours. Like that, they're on shift of people following you. I got a new person following me because that guy went home. I'm like, I'm still here, I still got all the scene to do. And day one, we went there. We shot the cop scene, and it was nice and clear skies. It was beautiful. Like, it was so flat. You could see your dog run away for 3 days, bro. Like, it was so flat. I'm like, oh. So the day two, we go back to finish up, but it's snowing and it's blowing. So the snow is coming in like this. So it didn't match up. So the director's like, okay, we're going to go downtown. We're going to shoot page 37, scene 50. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. So we're on the drive. I'm like, oh man, we're shooting this today. I'm like, going over my, like, buddy, it was so running and gunning, dude. Like, you're like, oh, actors got it easy, dude. Like, when you're like the actor, when you're the name and you're the guy on the sheet or the girl, nah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It's torturous, bro. And I knew that script inside and out, but they change stuff on the day. Okay, say this instead of this. Now put this up here. And I'm like, well, that third thing you say, put that at the beginning, and then we're gonna here, and then read that at the end. And places you're like, what the dude? Like, what action?
No time.
Man,
Yeah,
man.
but you know what though?
know?
But this is what but this is what you love. I mean, like, this is still, even though it is that hard, it's like when I would prepare for bodybuilding competitions and I would be dead. I don't want to do more cardio. I don't want to eat, no food. And even though it was so difficult and you feel like you're going to die, you still love it though, because it's like, that is what makes it special, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of the same thing? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's because you kind of went on this path and I didn't know where it led, but it got to this place and I'm like, okay, man, this is what it's like this far. Like, I'm fully committed. There's no turning back. But I'm sure with yourself now, I mean, you're one of the best trainers there are, Eric. I mean, you write your stuff and you're very detailed and you're very specific to each individual. There's no like,
Thank you.
they're just random do these. I felt
Never.
very catered to and very specialized. I didn't feel like I was just a random. And I'm sure you're like that with everybody. But there's got to be a time in your day. We've done this long enough that you can, I don't want to say coast, but you kind of know, like I've done this for 20 years, but I got to a point where I've never done this before. And it was like, like there was no coasting. Like it was like, I go to set on smaller stuff. I can coast. I get it. I know what we're shooting today, but this was pedal to the metal all day. And then you're doing photos in between takes. And then they're like, you got to do your interviews in between. So I'm down doing interviews. I'm like, I don't want to be in my makeup. Take my makeup off, take my wig off, did my interview, wake up back, come back on, eating my lunch on the run. Like it was absolutely, they should have shot it in 45 days, which is tight, but they shot it in 30. Dude, they squished. Oh, buddy, they had two camera setups. I'm doing one camera setup, second, wash this blood off, put this blood on, do this, put the shower scene, this. And there was this one scene, I don't know if you remember the movie where I threw her through the window, which was actually my body double, because you see his lats were gone. I'm like, no, they used my body double on that one. Ugh. So anyway, I was like, oh no, where'd my back go? So after he throws him through the window, we come back, pick up the bag, go into the bathroom, take the shotgun, clear out the window, shotgun, bag, mask. But it's 2 a.m. It's another huge long day, and they have to replace the glass after every take, sweep all of this stuff up. So like, my brain just wasn't working, man. Like I would do a couple, like I would do one, and then it's 20 minutes to set the glass and clean it up. Waiting. Okay, go back. And I'm doing the part, and I'm like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, and I go through the window. I'm like, oh, I didn't take the mask off. Oh, I'm trying to get my brain to work, but it was like, oh, I think I can compare it. I can compare it to Frontier. So I did this scene on Frontier with Jason Momoa. They're way up in the distance. So I got to walk. It's like the Canadian tundra. It's freezing cold. I'm holding a metal gun and I'm in metal chain in the wind. And I'm at -20. So I have to speak Inuktitut, which is Eskimo dialogue. So I'm walking up towards, I get the spot and they're like, oh, hold it, go back. So I had to walk back. And so action, the guy's action was like this. I start walking up. I'm freezing, dude. I get up to the spot and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I can't remember my lines. I'm like, what am I saying? Like, you're saying this. I'm like, yeah, back to one. I walked up again. I can't remember, because blood is leaving my appendages and just going to my heart and my liver, because I'm like hitting hypothermia. Like I'm so cold, like I can't think. Your memory is gone. I'm like, I can't. So what I ended up doing is I said to the director, why don't we do this? Shoot this way. He'll say my line, because he was an Eskimo. So he would say my line. I'd wait a beat, and then I would say it. And then he'd say my next line, wait a beat, and then I would say it. I got all my dialogue that way. Then we turned around and shot all his dialogue, and they cut it together, because for the life of me, I couldn't remember it. So it's very similar to this. Like you get to a point where I had to like knock the window out, throw the gun through, throw the bag through, and I come through. Oh, I forgot to take the mask off, because your brain is just not responding like it does here. We're talking, and you're just at a different space. It's like, wow, this is so difficult. Nothing gets you ready for acting like those long days. You got to be on, because they're rolling. You can't take a minute. You can't be like, I'm going to kind of do this. You have to do it. You got to like get that energy's got to be up like at 2 in the afternoon. It's got to all match. That's the part people I don't think understand, is you have to keep your energy at that. When they're like, okay, on the set, you got to like, whatever time it is, you got to be ready. You can't be kind of.
It's like anything. People just see the finished product. They see a bodybuilder on stage with the ripped, and they say, "Oh, that's easy to do." And then they don't see the diet, the suffering, the training.
No, if I took roids, I'd look like that too. If I took juice, I'd look like that.
It's so easy to, or like glamour, like a Formula One driver you see him driving, and you know what it takes to get into that car. The G-forces, they have to be in shape. They lose, I think, like, I don't know how many pounds each race. It's people just see the final product and they think everything is hearts and farts.
Heart, and how many accidents they've had, injuries they fought through. I mean,
nobody sees everything.
No one sees the hard work. The hours, countless hours. Like I've been doing this for 20 years, man. I probably got maybe 60 credits to my name. So if you think maybe 10 auditions to a credit, I've auditioned over 600 times, dude. Like imagine going like 600 job interviews. Like, man, people are like, oh, I hate the job interview. It's terrible. I'm like, that's auditioning. I audition like all the time. It's nerve wracking. So I've learned to control my nerves, and then you got to get the part, and then you got to create your like it's. Yeah, you say the only thing to finish right now.
One of my greatest memories, James, is when we were trained. Well, back when we were together in Golds and we were trained. I remember helping you. I was running lines with you on an audition that you were doing.
Oh yeah,
I was like that. I thought that was so. I don't remember what you were auditioning for, but I got to play the other part, so I was running it back.
Oh, upstairs in the posing room.
Yeah, I thought that was so great.
Man.
I loved it. Love to be able to help with that.
It's all your own. Like you get a piece of paper with like dialogue and lines on it, and you got to take that print, make it something, and project it through the camera, through the lens to the audience. And if you fit the role and you match up correctly, you get the part. If you don't, they don't even tell you. Like, hey, you did great, but we're gonna go another. You don't even hear back. I'm like, I see it on TV. Oh, I guess I didn't get that part. So I guess I didn't book that. So it's crazy. I mean, even sometimes I'd audition for like wrestler or like something was like easy. I'm like, I'm spending that money. I'm spending money. I'm gonna book that. I didn't book that. You never know. Then you book the ones. I'm like, I didn't want to audition for that, and I book it. I'm like, man, how did they book me for that? Like it's
you
weird.
You just never know, right? You just never know what they're gonna want you for or not want you for. It's kind of crazy.
You gotta say yes, dude. That's all.
Well, I was gonna say though that it's probably really because it's so physically and mentally grueling to have a role like Psycho Killer where you're like the main. Thank goodness that you are in the physical condition that you're in, because if you were just some person who just ate crap all the time or just didn't care about your body or doing, recreational drugs, doing stupid shit, you would never have been able to handle that. There's no way.
No way. No, yeah, I definitely leaned on my nutrition, and I knew to keep eating right. I knew what got me there. Don't forget what gets you there. And keep that close. And the blueprint for success, man. And it was just a lot of stuff you taught me. And like I've gone through the grueling, I put the hours in, so I was able to get through the harder days, because I had reserves in the tank. And we've had those hard training days where I pushed myself to a limit. So I know what limits were like, I'm also being a dad. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. So I know what limits are like in that aspect as well. So I know how to dig down, man, and that's what it takes to get it into the end zone.
So one of these days, when you get your Psycho Killer mask, you and me and Dave have to get together, and I'm going to do a workout with you. You as the Psycho Killer, and be like, this is the Psycho Killer workout with Coach Eric Broser. How much fun would that be?
That'd be great. Well, that would come with some like protein powder, some pre-workout with some like blood red workout or something. Yeah,
that's a brand name for a new product line, Psycho Killer protein drink.
Hey James, we got something going here.
There we go.
I love it.
Work, dude. You know what's up? Yeah, dude.
While you're talking, I'm going through your photos, and you are in so many film and TV that I didn't even know about. Like, if you don't mind for me to share. So this is the photo with Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
Right?
Young James.
Yeah.
Young.
I've been doing it a long time.
James is.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sons of Anarchy.
You were in Sons of Anarchy. I love that series.
I was in the Mines, the spinoff.
Yeah,
so
Mayans.
Yeah, right. I saw that as well. Yeah.
That's the job that I had to take, and I couldn't do the movie with Eric because in the union for this one. Yeah.
Here you're quite younger, I think.
Not too long ago. That was on my diet. Yeah, this is when I'm allowed to train. I don't have any distractions. This was me hitting it, man.
Good shape there. And
that was a self-tape shot. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the rest.
The Masked Saint.
Yeah, I saw that one in the theaters. That was great.
Yeah, we saw that in the theater. You, me, and David. Yeah.
Yeah, we went together. That was so awesome.
Yeah, here you are.
Yeah. That's just before I came down here, and Eric put weight on that guy. Eric made that guy bigger.
You're here with Eddie Murphy.
How big did you get at one point, James? Were we over 300 pounds?
I think I was 293. I think was the biggest.
Man, you got big.
There was a
fast too, man.
And
this one here, if you click on the one with the hood, the black one with the hood.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I read for Mortal Kombat. I think I went to the big bald guy's name, Ford Ford, the guy Martin Ford ended up getting it because they
Okay.
just wanted the biggest guy they could have. So he was a
Wow.
little bigger than me in that moment. He's like 6'8", I think,
Then
barely.
I saw
I was
another
in the
thing.
Blackening as well. Remember the Blackening?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, that was me too. In that.
That was
That
you.
was
Oh
you.
my God, I didn't even think I knew that.
Yeah, it was creepy because I got blue eyes, so my blue eyes were shining through this black mask. It looked pretty creepy on the day.
So so you've done the mask thing before several times.
Uh, yeah, I've done two. Two. This is
Two,
my
and then
second.
Wow.
there's a second one.
And
Okay,
here's the one that you are
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, yeah. They. I couldn't believe they made me look like Hulk Hogan. Like I'm like this. I don't really look like Hulk Hogan, but all
Yeah,
right.
but
And
they
they
made you look pretty close.
Yeah.
pretty close, dude. I remember they're spraying my skin like rotisserie chicken brown. Like
Yeah.
this guy's
Yeah.
brown. They're like
Yeah.
painting me brown. It was
Um,
nuts.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there you are looking
Damn,
like
I
him.
should have brought some footage of me training James in the gym. We had such a good time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, we did.
Then there was the ones with Jason. I think
Yeah, look at that. Look at me there. Click that one. Look at
this
me,
one.
dwarf and Jason there. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate the triceps for you, brother.
I'm like, come on, man, we're gonna be bigger than Jason Momoa, brother.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. He didn't like
He
that
didn't
very
like
much.
that. He didn't like that, did he?
Really?
No, no,
He
he
didn't
didn't
like
like that
that?
at all. No, not so
He didn't
much.
like being. He didn't like being not the biggest guy on set.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You
remember you
cut a lot of
telling me
my
that.
scenes out. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
I remember you telling me that he didn't like it.
Is this
Yeah.
are these the pants that you have to wear that you freaked out about?
Oh yeah, dude. They're straight up like cow skin, man. Like no backing on it. They just chafed me to. Yeah, it was terrible. But that's how the clothes were back then, I guess,
Of
right? So
course. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I like
And
the
Pixels,
jacket.
I was in Pixels as well. Yeah, they had me in Polar Bear, but Momoa didn't like that, so they took me out of that, and he ended up wearing the Polar Bear.
Oh,
Wow.
he was like, "That's for me."
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, so I was in
I'm
Defender
telling you,
with
you have a great resume of
yeah,
things, you know. It's just
yeah. I
fantastic.
was in Defender with Woody Harrelson. Defender, yeah,
Oh,
Defender. I
Man,
was in
you've acted.
Harvey Keitel.
James, who's like, in your world, who have you enjoyed working with the most? Like, who has been like the most, I don't know, inspirational to you? Who did you enjoy working with so much the most? Because you've worked with a lot of big people.
Yeah, I have, but the person that I worked with the most, I don't think anybody's going to know, is a Canadian guy. He's won several awards equivalent to Canadian Oscars. His name's Aidan Devine, and he was an Outlander with me. There's me on one side of Jim Caviezel and Aidan on the other side, and he has 20 years of stage acting at the time. And it's going to sound crazy because I can't find the words to say what happened. But as I'm holding Jim, and he's holding Jim, the director says action, and then this energy of magnet just glows off of Aiden. I'm like, I can't explain it. I couldn't see it, but I could feel like this. I don't want to say aura, but something. And it was like, we had our little dialogue in our scene. I was like, cut. And like, I was like, and I'm brand new to acting. It's my first time being on set. I'm like, dude, what was that? He's like, 20 years of stage acting, brother. I was like, I can't explain it. I can't explain it, bro. It's like some kind of, and it doesn't make sense. I know I can hear myself talking. What do you mean? The guy it was just like this, an energy or something came off of him. I was like, and then cut and it went back down. I was just like, I don't even know what
But
to.
you felt it. You
Yeah,
viscerally felt it.
it felt like something just took up space in the room that wasn't there, and then on action, then it cut, it went back away. And I was like,
yeah.
like mute, like what is like? I'm hearing myself say what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what am I saying?
Yeah, because I think you'd have to be in the moment to actually know what it is. You
Yeah, like
can't.
yeah, I don't know how to. I still don't even know how to explain what it was. Like even now, I'm thinking about. It, I'm like, I remember saying to him like, what was that? He's brushed it off like 20 years. 20 years of
Wait,
theater.
so you've never felt that with anybody else before?
No,
Ever?
no,
After?
no, no. I've seen
Wow.
other actors. I've seen actors with acting coaches and studying books and doing all kinds of weird stuff and being method. But this dude, action and cut, I was like, I don't know.
I mean, because you've been with Kevin Bacon, who's been around forever. You've been with,
Yeah.
Jason
Another
Momoa.
guy.
You've been around with Woody Harrelson. Huge.
Yeah. Who was pretty good was he's on Roseanne. Man, I can't remember his name. On
And her
Roseanne.
husband on Roseanne.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Goodman.
Oh, yeah.
John Goodman.
Goodman.
I did.
Goodman.
I did a scene with him in Righteous Gemstones, and now I understand because at the time I hadn't done PK evidence psycho killer yet, so I didn't know that he wasn't being a snob. But I was there for like 2 months, and he never spoke to me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, he's just doing this, man. He's bulldogging me. I'm like, all right. Last day there, I had a scene with them. So now he's like, hey, how's it going, James? Good to meet you. I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I didn't realize he was saving energy. You can't say hi to everybody when you're a main guy. You can't, because you need that energy later to be up in your scene. You can't give that away. So he was cool to act with because he was another big guy. I remember watching him on Roseanne. He was a big actor, like physical. So when I got to act with him, that was cool for me because I remember watching a lot of Roseanne as a kid. I'd be like, oh, that guy's a big guy. He can act pretty good. And then now I'm working with him. I'm like, wow. So that was a nice little a check in the box for me too. I've had some good moments in my career, man. I've had a good time for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you have many more to come. So
course.
Psycho Killer is out now, right, in theaters. It came out February 20th, right?
Yeah, February 20th. Yeah. Yes, it did.
Still has to come in Europe, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. 20th Century has a theatrical rollout worldwide. I don't know when it's happening. That's I was told it was. I don't know when.
It'll get here.
Back to,
we'll
yeah,
see.
Back to Psycho Killer being a crazy meat grinder. so at the end of the shoot, they have what's called like it's a wrap party. Like it's a wrap, yay, or hey, great working with you, and hey, here's my number, and hang out, and whatever. So the wrap party was on Friday, but we didn't get everything in. So they're like, okay, guys, sorry about the wrap party. We're gonna come and shoot tomorrow. We're gonna shoot at the wrap party, and then the director's like, bring your suitcase. We're going from there to the airport. Oh my goodness, it was like 4 a.m, man. I shot all day. I got my suitcase, and I went from there to the airport to fly back to LA. I was like, oh, man, they got every little bit out of me. It was like, dude, it was a brutal set, but
So James, when they say to you, okay, we're doing Psycho Killer 2, you're going to be psyched for it? Or you're going to be like, oh my God.
Oh yeah. Well, if they're doing 2, that means they're going to have a little bit of a budget. Let's try to space out and get some time to do it. I mean, the first one, you always try to get it under budget. You try to do it as cheap as you can. So you got to squeeze days out of everything. And I get that. I knew that going in. So it was so funny because I'm a hands-on dad. Like I'm with my kids, breakfast, lunch, dinner, take them training. And it's a lot. I got 2 boys, and it's a lot. So I remember leaving before I left. The director calls me. We're talking about the script. He's like, "I just want to let you know, James, it's going to be a hard shoot, so get some rest." I'm like, "All right." I can't get rest with my 2 boys at the time. They were what,
right,
like 1 and 4 or something. So I leave the wife. I go up there for 3 months. As soon as I get back, she's like, "Here, take your kids." I'm like, "You don't know." And I was just on this. She's like, "I don't care. You're up shooting a movie. Take the kids." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, dude."
Yeah, you're out having fun.
Oh yeah, I was up shooting movies, having fun. I'm like, oh my gosh, just the weather alone, dude. It was like I haven't felt that. I'm Canadian, but that Winnipeg is north from where I'm from. Ooh man, it was bitter cold, dude. Bitter.
So James, what I want to ask you is, so in Psycho Killer, you didn't. I don't know because I know the movie came out where I want to go see it. Did you have any speaking part, or was it all no speaking in that movie?
No, he speaks. That's the part that I liked about it, is that he actually articulates. He has a plan.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah, because the other guys like Jason and Michael Myers, they're just hammers. They just chop.
Right. I was wondering. Yeah.
This guy, he's the thought process. He has a way of getting through things. He has a mission he's trying to complete. So I like that about him. They gave him some. I tried to play him human as opposed to being just a monster, right? So because he like the other guy from Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger. He was funny, but he talks. He's not just just kill you, right? So this guy is similar, but it's good because they always hide my face. Like I have the mask on, or like when I don't have the mask on, the hair's in the way. Like which is good. At the beginning, it was one of my 7 deadly sins. My vanity. I wanted to be like my face. But as a fan, I'm thinking it's better that they don't see it. I wouldn't want to see it as a fan. So then I bought into that, and it was good, man. I like it. Like I said, hopefully. Not to talk out of class, but they've signed me for a couple of films. So if it does well, they plan on doing more. So, that would be great.
Yeah. So it's interesting you said. So when you approach this role, you see the script or you look at it and you know what the movie's about. Like what you said, you kind of want to make him not just this monster, but a human, like to give him, I guess, some sort of a reason why he became what he was or whatever. Like, so what did you try to bring to it? Like from your, when you got it, you're like, okay, this is how I'm going to make it personal to myself. Like what was your thought process?
Well, the Andrew Kevin Walker, he wrote Seven, he wrote 8 millimeter, very, very talented. So I was gonna stick to what he wrote on the page. I started studying like serial killers and stuff, but I started finding I'm starting to take too much from other places. I didn't want to take too much and bring it into this script because he's such a gifted writer, and I wanted to do him justice and let his script speak. So I just kind of just went with my gut instincts. I've been doing this for 20 years. You know, I was a bouncer before this, so I've had a lot of conversations. I know mannerisms. I know how to move through the WWE. Like I know how to tell a story without words. So I just kind of used all the tools I had at my disposal and let the writing from the writer speak to me through the script. And I just try to stay true to that. Now the script that we shot from, um, a lot was edited out to the screen. Now there's a lot of stuff where from the script PK had dreams and he went down into hell and he's with the devil and it's like what the, I'm reading this like oh my gosh this is going to be like crazy. But I think the final production maybe was too scary, so they
Oh,
rounded the
really?
edges a little bit. Yeah, because I remember the script, there's parts missing that were like whoa,
Very
because
dark.
we had dark stuff, man. So maybe they didn't want to promote that because it's like I think Disney and like I mean Fox had it and then Disney bought Fox, so I think maybe the vision changed somewhere along the line. Um, Still a great film. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the theater experience, but I just know the script was a little different than what they end up showing. But that's with everything. Everything has a script that gets changed for whatever reasons. I really don't know. But like I said, I was happy with the final product. Yeah, but I just let the writing speak for itself when I was making this character because when a writer's that good, you want to do him justice. If it was a so and so writer, I thought, hey, I got 20 years of acting. I'm going to change this and change that. Some actors change stuff. They change the script. If the actor's bigger than the writer, he'll
Yeah.
use his flex on him and change stuff.
Of course.
Um,
A lot of guys.
yeah, but this writer was great. I didn't want to touch it. It was good for me. I liked it.
Was there a scene in the movie you could point to? You'd be like, that's my favorite scene. Is there something that stands out to you or?
Yeah, there's a few, man. Like, I mean, it's all good because I'm the lead in it. It's all good for me. But
I know,
um,
but sometimes, I think
the
maybe
priest
some.
scene was pretty. The priest scene was cool because I never seen that before in a horror film. The priest scene when I haven't seen it yet, Eric. I don't want to wreck it for you, but there's a priest scene that was pretty different. I've never seen that before. And Malcolm, I got to kill him, and he's a big name in the horror space, right? So I got to kill him too. That was
That was fun. I got to kill him.
yeah, man. But it was great just being the lead, dude. It was awesome.
That's so amazing. Well, Kevin, do you have more stuff you want to talk to him about the
No, I
movie?
read. I'm just really enjoying listening to him because basically he's answering all the questions before I even ask. But I mean, playing such a part. It's not like you're in the film and you're trying to catch the guy. You're the guy. You're the guy on the posters, those nice photos. Like I mean, seeing this what I mean the poster itself. Seeing this, it like it just suits you so well. You're the tall guy and you're walking with the sledgehammer. It's just amazing. I mean, the what caught me was the marketing of this film, when that dark, you know, it was done well, and
Yeah,
I really hope it does well and that eventually maybe another one will be done, I mean, who knows, or this can lead to something bigger for you, I mean, sometimes
yeah.
things don't happen after a year, it takes time, you know.
Oh yeah,
How old
yeah.
are you, James?
53.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. I started this when I was 30, so like
A lot of
23
time,
years.
a lot of
Yeah.
time to do, you know.
Yeah, like I start looking at movies. You see like a young Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm seeing all
Yeah,
these actors now that I'm seeing are like they're all like acting when they're kids. It takes you like 20 years
yeah,
to
yeah.
be an overnight success. Like people are looking at me now. Hey,
And
where's this
these
guy
guys,
been? Like
yeah,
you
but
just saw my page. You're like, wait a sec, you've been in this, that. And I'm like,
yeah, yeah, it's like,
I
I
think,
mean, I'm going through them. I mean, obviously, I knew you did certain, but I knew you from the side of a more physical film, you know, the wrestling films, or, you know, I didn't, I mean, those series, I saw them all, but I didn't click and say, that's James, you know, it didn't even cross my mind, you know, and then, you
you
know, the Mines is a huge, it's a huge, you know, franchise, you know, from Sons of
know,
Anarchy.
back to the Psycho Killer. This script was written like pre-COVID. Like it was 15 years ago. This script was written. So
Yeah, it happens.
do
Yeah,
if we get to do another one, we could touch on the technologies that we have today. It could be. I mean, because Friday the 13th kind of stuck in that period. It's back in the 80s. It's back
yeah,
then. So
yeah,
kind of we could modernize Psycho Killer into doing like you know cyber attack. Like I don't know. Like he
yeah,
thinks as well. He's
yeah,
you know
yeah,
we're wide open. So that's the fun part. We're not coming from a book or from somewhere. It can still be written.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
exciting, man. It's exciting, dude.
Of course it
Yeah, I
is.
just I remember, James, you'll find this funny. I remember that, when I first met you, and I knew you were an actor, but I didn't really know who you were or what you did. And I just knew you as James, like you were just James. I was training you, we were having a great time in the gym, whatever. And I don't remember what I don't remember what it might have been. It could have been Frontiers, it could have been, I'm not sure what it was, but I started, seeing some of the stuff you're in. And I remember turning around to Dave and going, he is really freaking good. Like, I mean, I was like, I didn't even, because sometimes,
Right.
you look at the big guys and they just play like, they get kind of typecast into these roles where they're kind of grunts and they're not really great actors, but they're just physical. I was like, James is a really freaking good actor. I mean, like the way you did your dialects, the way you just like carried yourself. I was like, he is going to be big one day, because I don't think a lot of people almost expect how good you are when they just look at you, because they sometimes get thrown by, here's this big guy with this long blonde hair, and you know, and I was just like, man, this guy is really damn good. So I always wanted to tell you that I was always like
Thanks.
so
I mean,
impressed.
thank you so much. I mean, like,
Found it. Yeah.
yeah, the
Keep
first
talking.
time I
Keep
did
talking.
the
Oh,
first
look at
time I
that.
mm,
Is that with
what I do.
James there?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
found
it's with
them
James.
all. Yeah,
Yeah, I did. The
I
first time
found
I,
them
like
all.
I said, the first time I saw myself, I was like, wow, I can really do this. So I thank Eric. I appreciate that. I took a lot of classes, a lot of training after, and I enjoy it, man. It's been a long time to get here, and I like it. And I got into directing. I actually wrote and directed a film called Gutterball Blues, and it won 14 festival awards this year.
Wow.
So yeah,
Oh,
my
that's all.
directing, yeah, because I always thought, I'm just sitting on set, wasting my time, but I'm really picking up the craft, and I got a director's eye now too. Yeah, look at us, in our younger days.
Look at
10 years
Look at
that.
you,
ago. This
the
is 10 years
cadence.
ago.
Look at this. I'm like, what? My muscles are like, what is happening back there?
Yeah, because you were used to just lifting, and I was like, nope, we're going to use the weights as tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could totally feel like an instrument, like you're playing an
Yeah.
instrument now. With your back is playing like a guitar, is playing a piano.
And
You're doing
I remember you saying, like, I've never felt anything like this before, and I might have been using nearly as much weight.
yeah, yeah. I remember the waves like what, and then I couldn't move the weight. And I'm like, and the next day I'm like, oh my goodness, like your bus like what was that? I was like, dude, you're on to something, man. Definitely,
You
yeah.
were
So
Yeah.
here. You were talking about the with yeah, the Masked Saint. That was
Oh,
that period.
I think it came. Yeah, we're gonna go see it. It was just hitting the theaters. We're just gonna go hit it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah,
100 years ago,
wow.
back in the
Look how damn
wow.
good we look there. Two handsome
yeah,
Those
dudes.
two kids,
yeah,
those two young bucks. That's great,
yeah.
dude.
That was so, but that's such a great shot with the Mecca in the background. So, James,
Yeah.
being that this is I don't want to keep you too long. You're probably so busy, but um, being that this is a bodybuilding podcast, I want to bring a little bit of that
Yeah.
element into it. So, obviously, we talked a little bit about what we did in the past, but now, now that you're in a different phase, you're not necessarily trying to be 290 anymore or whatever. What is training and dieting like for you now? Like, how many days a week are you training? How you approaching it, and as far as diet as well, like what's the goal now for you as a 53-year-old man and an actor?
My job mainly now is to be capable. If I'm capable to keep up with my 3-year-old, my 6-year-old at 53, I'm doing something right. So that keeps me lean and light. There's no sense of me, carrying around an extra 40 pounds. Because now these other actors are coming out now that are really big. You got 7-foot actors, you got muscle bound guys, ex football players. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to always be the biggest guy, and plus that's very limiting. So I've kind of backed myself down where I could play more roles. I could play the cop, I could play the interrogator, I could play the coach, I could play stuff like that. So I like to hover myself probably around 250, about 6'5", 250 now, which is comfortable. Look good in the suit. I don't know if you saw the red carpet. Look formidable. That's my thing. So what I try to do is when I get up, I push my breakfast back. I don't eat right away. And I'm just, make sure I'm doing protein. On the days that I eat, I'll do some carbs before I train, like fruit, something small just to get me going. But once the fruit starts crashing, I'm out. I don't stay in there like 2 hours. I'm in there maybe half an hour. But when I'm in there, I'm lifting. There's no big rests in between like used to be a big rest. Like I get in there, I do drop sets. I got this from Aaron Reed does this. He does like you do a bench of like say you warp. So I do like this is the dumbbells. 'Cause I'm at the YMCA, so this is the dumbbells that they have me. So I'll go say flat bench. So I'll take the 25s. Make sure it's stretched from where it was. So I'm do 25s for 5. Put them down. 50s 5, 75s 5, hundreds 1 2 10. Now I'm warmed up. This is my working set. So now I'll grab the hundreds, as many as I can do, maybe like 12 to 15. 75, as many as I can do, maybe like 9 to 11. 50s, maybe 6 to 7. And then the 25s, whatever, done. That's it. Done for the chest. And I'll do incline flies, but I'm already warmed up. So I'll do the incline fly, and I'll start with, so I go 40, 65, 80. Done. That's my chest done. And this one I'll be in, I'm out. I don't do much cardio because I need gas to chase the boys around. If I start doing cardio and they're going to come home and take a nap. I can't do that in this stage of my life. I got to be able to chase these dudes, and they get out of school. I got to be on. I can't be sitting on the couch. I don't want to be that dad that sits down and lets his kids go play. So,
right.
Yeah. So, and the meals are like, then after that, then I'll have my protein shake after that. With dextrose, Aaron Reed put me on the dextrose. It helps upload the stuff. I'm on a dextrose shake, and then my next meal will be a possible carb, like a rice of some kind with a protein, a chicken, or if not, I'll be doing like a beef with vegetables, and then that's maybe it. That's it. Then I don't eat much before bed. My amino acids, I'm pretty good on my meals. I take a lot of aminos. But yeah, so I have my egg whites in the morning with Ezekiel bread. So I'll have I'll have 6 whole eggs and like a carton of egg whites. So I'll do a big carton of egg whites and 6 real eggs without the yolks. Then I'll have 2 pieces of Ezekiel bread. That's breakfast. Then before I train, I'll have like a banana or a piece of fruit, apple or something. Train. After train, it's the protein shake. And then about an hour or so after that, it'll be a rice and a chicken, or it'll be a beef and a vegetable. That's pretty much it.
Oh, wow. So you're really only eating maybe like 3 to 4 times a day. You're not pounding.
Yeah, but they're good. They're big. Like I'm not eating like a mouse. Like I take my meals and I squish them into an hour. So I'm like the kind of the fasting a little longer. So I don't eat right before bed. I don't eat as soon as I get up. So I eat like
I get it at these. Go ahead. No,
yeah. So I go to bed. Well, I try to go to bed at 8, but it usually gets to 9 because I got the kids by the time I get them down, and I'm up at like 6, and then I won't eat breakfast till 10. So, and then my last meal is probably 6,
Okay, so you have like that short window of eating.
Yeah.
Basically what you need to get through your workouts and have energy for the day, for the kids, for working out. You get into the gym basically, and you do short but intense workouts. So you just get in.
Yes, I'm not in there burning a lot of calories. Like, squish. So I squish my meals down and I squish my workout down. So instead of sitting here all day like we used to do and take time and build and get stronger and do that, it just does. The style of life that I'm living now and the look that I'm maintaining, it just better. I get in there half an hour, 20 minutes, sometimes 45, no more than that, and then I'm out and I'm eating. So I eat a lot of food. I just have put them in. They're just a bigger meals in the middle of the day instead of spaced out. So I'm not great.
Gotcha. So how many days a week do you end up in the gym? Do you go daily or like how do you do it?
2.
2 days a week in the gym?
Yeah, some days I don't get in there. Some days it's 4. I mean, it depends on the kids. I mean, some kids that they got practice. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're at home from sick from school. Like
So
I'm in the
it's
back.
being father is first, and everything's
Oh yeah,
built around being a dad. That's the way you're
yeah,
living.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I saw Michael Hearn on a podcast, and he's like, "Kids, what? I have a kid. If he's 6, tell him to get a job." Like he's like, so. I mean, he's playing it up a little bit, but it's just. I have like before kids and after kids. Like being a dad for me is this like I never thought I would like it. But if you've had a dog, I should say to like dog. But if you had a dog, it's like you're ready for the kid. And I really loved my dog so much. He's my best friend. Like he would wait for me when I got home. Like I had that thing, and we're best friends. I had him for like 8 years. But it's not the same language, dude. It's not. It can't. It's not the same as a kid. And I would feed my dog to my kid. I wouldn't feed my kid to my dog. Do you know? Like it's like really like I would die for this. Like people are like, oh, you die for your kid. Like it's I don't have the combination of words to say what it is. But if you think it's like a computer and we have this hard drive and like you open this window, click, what's that? It's to procreate so your genes and can go forward. I mean, it's absolutely. I'll do anything for these little dudes. It's crazy. Like I would, it's crazy. Dude, being a dad is like
Yeah.
I see everything different. I read scripts different. The movies I saw before I was a dad, I see totally different now. It's like you put on these different glasses, these dad glasses. Now I'm a dad looking at the world. So I'm a different person. The way I see things, the way I eat, the way I speak, what I read, everything is different about me. So I'm different. So my first son,
Yeah.
he changed my life more than anybody. So I look at my first son like he changed me, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was me, but now I'm a dad. Before I had this single guy and dating
Yeah.
classes. What
It's not
see the
you
world?
anymore. Yeah. You change.
It's
Imagine
not,
being a
bro.
granddad. Now I'm a
Oof. Yeah.
granddad. So the minute you have a chance to go and you just leave, you forget about everything. I
Oh,
have two daughters now. One's gonna be 29 and the other one 25, 26. So and I'm a granddad. She's 3 months old, and like just before the show, I came up like 10 minutes before the show because they came over. It's like you forget everything.
everything.
Everything. It's 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 just the mobile. Before it was like getting screenshots of bodybuilders. I gotta write about this. I gotta, I'll send this to Eric or I'll do this. It's just baby pictures. It's so
Oh,
funny.
like
It's a
yeah.
part of life. I
Like I'm
mean,
erasing my auditions before I erase any pictures of my kids.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I
And the
know.
thing is, and I'm lucky enough because all my friends are older. All my friends' kids are in their 20s, right?
Yeah,
They're all like, man, but I wouldn't have my kids 6 years old again. Like I'm living in the blink because in a blink of an eye they're grown up. So I make sure I'm hands on. I don't miss a moment. I'm there for it all because
yeah,
they're going to be your kids are adults their whole life with you, but they're only this little dude once. So they look to you for
yeah, yeah.
everything.
I'm
They're
telling you
chasing you. That's magic I hear, and it's gone. And once it's
that
gone, it doesn't
it's
come back.
true.
So I'm really
You
living in
know,
that moment. For these little dudes, man.
I mean, already, like it just life again. It's just fast. Everything's fast. You have to try to, um, and the older you get, it's funny. You're experiencing that a newborn, right, or whatever, your kids or that, and then at the same time, when you're like, I'm gonna be 56, you're 53. You said 54,
Yeah,
and Eric is
128.
yeah a bit older than
29.
me, right? And and you're seeing the new stuff and you're at that point in life where friends and older people are moving on, you know what I mean? So you're getting it from both sides, you know what I mean? It's like uh so it's when you're younger you don't think of these things,
No.
nothing, you know.
Youth is wasted on the young. That's what I hear.
And you
Oh,
probably, if you got
so
this
true.
film, if you got this film, I bet you 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you wouldn't even have thought about it. Boom, I'm going to do it. You wouldn't have done those 3 days walking around and, thinking about it and things. It's just things,
Yeah.
things are different.
I'm happy that I know you, James, as the pre-dad and the post-dad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got to know
The whole gambit.
both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Quick. It just popped into my mind. Quick question
Yeah.
about your kids. So you talked about how on Beverly Hills Cop, the one that you were in, that you kind of found God, you found Christ, whatever you found religion, you want to say. Is that something that you teach to your kids now? Is that something that's
Oh yeah,
become part of their life?
yeah, yeah. I think that's going to help keep them on the straight and narrow. You know, I don't beat them over the head with it, but we say our prayers before bed, and then we say our prayers before dinner, so they know that there's a Father above us, and He's gifted us all this stuff. And I want to have them the awareness because my parents didn't. They let me go if I wanted it. There was Sunday school I could go to, but as a kid I didn't. I wanted to go play and ride my bike, so I let my kids know. And if I forget, no, I don't. Not that I don't forget. I'm lying in bed or we're waiting. Daddy, you gonna say our prayers? Okay, and then we say our prayers. So now they have the routine of saying their prayers. So now they know there's good and bad. And I say you're not bad kids. You have good good decisions and bad decisions. If you make a bad decision at school, when you come home, you're not going to get this, or you're going to make daddy and mommy angry. But if you're good, you have good decisions. Then we go to like a park or we do fun stuff. So I don't say you're a bad kid. Do you make good decisions today? Yes, I did. Talk to the teacher. He did. Great. Then we do good things. So, heaven and hell, freedom and jail, good decisions, bad decisions. Make a bad decision, you're going to be doing, bad things. So just try to make good decisions. So I'm just teaching them that from the early age. So hopefully they can.
Great.
It's a crazy world out there, man. It's going to be crazy by the time they're, 20s and whatnot. So I'm trying to show them right and wrong from an early age.
Yeah, you definitely got to do it today because today is filled with so much. The world is different now. It's not as innocent as it used to be. It's filled with temptations and things move too fast, and kids are introduced to things that are not kid things, and so you got to really be very diligent in being
trying to get ahead of that. Yeah, because you don't know who they're going to meet at school, right? And But if you have them on the path, I think that's going to help protect them. So that's my philosophy, my thought on it. And so far, so good. They know the difference between right and wrong. And that's where it starts. You're trying to.
James, before in Canada, where are you from? Canada originally?
Toronto.
Even
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was born there. I left when I was 20. I came to Europe, to Malta, Europe, when I was 20. Yeah. I'm from Toronto as well. Toronto, no T.
Where'd you live?
Near the Humber River.
Oh yeah, right.
That was my backyard. The Humber River was our backyard. You open the gate and you're in this park.
I went to Sheridan College. We played against Humber all the time in basketball. Yeah, Humber was our rival.
Yeah. Sheridan College. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Sheridan. Yeah, I went there for a year or two.
You know what, Oakville?
I went there after Seneca College. I went to Seneca College for computer graphics back then, because then my real job was a studio director and desktop publishing and stuff. And then I went for programming was it Sheridan College or Humber College? I forget. It was one of them, but it was the the Humber River. That's where I live, where there was the skating rink, the Warren Park skate rink.
Oh yeah. Beautiful in the winter, man.
Toronto was a totally different place back then. I talked to family friends now. They're telling me it's totally.
I've gone back a few times, dude. It's not the place we grew up at all.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, I used to get on my bike at 14, 15. We used to go down the Humber trails and go all the way downtown. You just put your bike on a bar, tie it up, not even the tires, just so nobody takes it. Go watch a film, pig out, you come back and you find your bike. It's still there. You wouldn't even dare doing that today. You probably have to take the bike with you in the cinema,
No, you couldn't go down when you're 14 years old now. You
wouldn't even dare. You wouldn't even dare doing it. And the only time to go home was before the sun comes down. No mobiles, no nothing. It was such a different time. I mean,
such a different time. Yeah. So trying to, like Eric was saying, trying to navigate kids this day and age, like I said, just trying to teach them right from wrong, and that there's a higher power than you got to respect it.
Crazy. Yeah.
Trying doing our best, man. But congratulations to you guys on this podcast, man. It's nice.
Thanks.
It was very comfortable about you guys. Huh?
Yeah. Thank you, James. I mean, we were really I mean, I was really excited to have you on. I mean, plus also you and I it's been too long since we've caught up. I still may need to get on the phone with you and talk a little bit more. But
we should do those, like you guys would throw me on your show like every other week. It was great. You guys give me a lot of
we loved having you on, and next time obviously we'd love to have you on again when you're promoting another film. Anytime you have anything to promote, we want you on. But as far as today goes, man, thank you so much for taking the time out of your You know, I know you're very busy right now because there's a lot of obligations with the film, which is awesome. Congratulations on the film. Congratulations on your career moving in that upward trajectory.
Thanks, man.
I've known you for a long time. I know the struggle. I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so happy for you. I can't even tell you. And I just think that it's just absolutely awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing you become even bigger and better.
Thank you.
And of course, if I can help you in any way, shape, or form with my talents to help you, you know, with any roles or anything like that, you know that I'm there. And I don't know, what else can you say, Kevin? I'm James' amazing guest.
When I found out this film was coming out, and I noticed it was you know, James, I you I was right on the phone telling you, you know, Eric, you know, you have a better contact than me. But I wrote to you and you wrote to me back like a couple of hours later, so the contact was there, you know, because we talked before when Eric was training videos. I used to feature you on my other website that I had. So no, I'm really happy that you're on the show, and you know, I wish you all the best, and I'm sure you're gonna have other, you know, huge films coming out, you know. So yeah.
Well, that's the plan. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys having me on the show, man. Me and Eric have been doing shows for like what seems like 10 years now. And you know, congratulations on your podcast, guys.
We enjoy it, you know. Fills the time.
Well, James, keep up the good work. Let's hope Psycho Killer becomes a massive hit, and keep taking care of yourself with those short but intense workouts and that short period of eating during the day where you get that food in. And just keep doing the thing that is most pleasurable to you, is being a good dad. That's the most important, right? And
definitely.
And we'll be in touch and talk to you soon. But thank you so much for taking the time to come and be with us on the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, James. Take care, buddy.
Will do.
See you.
Bye.